for the younger generation, what words of wisdom would you share that, maybe you wish you would have known earlier, or something that's helped you along the way? Like, if with all of your knowledge and experience that you have now on your 45th year, if you could go back in time and speak to your younger self, what would you say?
Oh, I could say a lot of things to my younger self, but I would focus on probably five main things. First off is maintain that physical fitness, take care of your body, do the maintenance, take care of yourself in all aspects, not only physically, mentally, emotionally, but take care of you
Mm.
because you're going to go through some difficult times. So you can't get through it and be resilient if you're not taking care of it. The analogy I like to use is the boxer. So preparing for a boxing match, a boxer goes through hours and hours and hours of training, physical fitness, endurance, and skill set. Because when you step into the ring and you take that first blow, you don't want to go down.
Mm.
You've got to take multiple blows in order to win the fight. That's life. You've got to endure those blows and be flexible enough and train hard enough and endured enough and ate well enough and did all the stuff with your trainers and your coaches to endure the match, survive, and win.
Mm.
Okay. Number two is I started in the police department with a pension. Nowadays, pensions are going away. So you need to do that financial planning for that fiscal wellness of yourself
Mm.
and your family and your career. Um, I have a pension. I can't outspend it. That check comes every month and will come every month, and I can't overspend it. But with these 401ks and these other financial plans that towns are reverting to or agencies are reverting to, it's a finite amount of money going into a pot, and then you retire, and then sometimes you get a little crazy and you blow all that money. And then I'm seeing retired cops or command officers or even chiefs working at Walmart or Home Depot or Costco or whatever, like, what the heck? I blew all my money.
Mm.
So good financial planners are not good cops, and good cops are not good financial planners. So think about the future, investing in a deferred comp program, but doing another Roth or another 401k to make sure you have enough money. Because when you're 70 or 80 years old, you can't just go off to your job or do this, that you don't want to. So take care of your fiscal wellness at the end of your career and put a lot of that money away,
Yeah.
um, and have the good financial plans. Three, be very aware, and this takes where senior officers have to counsel the young officers. Avoid the bad behaviors and issues that come along with this career, the destructive behaviors that are very present in this career. Um, Affairs. This uniform attracts a lot of people, a lot of men and women that are they love that uniform, and people get carried away with that. And there's affairs, there's relationships, both positive and negative, that can tear down a good career. I've seen good officers lose their careers because of getting into affairs and issues on the job and off the job that it kills them. So being aware of that and keeping true to yourself and keeping on a good path.
Mm.
Substance abuse, where we start self-medicating with alcohol, or we're using pain meds and keep dragging on that, and that's not good either. And then also the off-duty drug that I see. I saw a lot of it, and I worked a lot of off-duty in my early career, where, man, they're just asking me to do all these jobs, and it's really good money, and all
Mm.
you're doing is off-duty, off-duty, off-duty. Where pretty soon the tail wags the dog, and it hurts you on your job, but also hurts you with your family and your friends, because that's all you're doing. You're just doing one thing all the time, chasing the money,
Yeah.
and you're hurting yourself overall. And then when it off-duty quits or you get injured and you can't make all your bills because you were so dependent on that off-duty. So
Yeah.
those destructive behaviors, be very cognizant of them, learn from other people's experiences and mistakes, and don't do it yourself. But this was never told to me when I started. I kind of learned the hard way through my career. Um, Fourth, having a good network of people to talk to, family and friends. Don't isolate yourself. No, I don't talk anything about at work at home. You do. Now, you don't have to be super graphic, But you can say, I had a really bad day today. My wife asked, what happened? We had a bad accident, or we had to do a DV. Just that's part of the purging and talking about it with someone, and especially someone that's not a cop,
Yeah.
because they're looking at it from a different perspective. Uh, Sometimes we can get so much, we got to have our cop underwear and our cop clothes and our cop. We're cop so much that you forget about the rest of the world. But having those relationships and that network of people you can fall back on, that helps you stay true to your north compass,
Mm.
because you can get pulled off in a different direction by a different magnetic pole. So having that and relying upon that. And lastly, having good outside interests and hobbies that are totally not related to this job. Whether it's golf or games or reading or hiking or whatever, disconnect from this job and do something else like a civilian. Um, and don't wear that badge 24/7, 365. You were not born a cop, and you don't want to die a cop. It's just a segment in the middle of your career and your life. You are so much more than just being a police officer or the military or whatever. You still were born a human when you started, and you're going to be a human when you leave this world. So don't just get so wrapped up. And this is a very contagious, a very uh, illustrious type of a profession that just sucks you in if you let it. Control it, don't let it control you. So those would be the 5 things that I would tell any new academy class, and I still do it today, not to shock them or scare them, but just to pre-warn them and give them some advice. If I could go back and talk to myself back in 1979 when I graduated from the academy again. So those would be the 5 points that I would focus on for people. Yes.